This is unlisted. I'm fucking streaming. That's enough for today. More hurricane. That's what he said. Lions look good. The Seahawks are 3-1. They're okay. They still in first place. The 49ers are like, they don't know who to thank. It didn't make much of a difference, you know. The 49ers are not in first place. 49ers need a lot of help. 18 of 18, like 16 yards per throw, 280 yards. He would have had a 300-yard game if he had 20 passes. He got sacked 3 times. So, at best, he could have gone 21 of 21. I did check. I did look. Adrian Hutchinson, no sacks, 3 quarterback hits. The Detroit had 9 hits on Geno Smith, and I guess the Seahawks had probably 3 hits on Geno, 3 hits on Stafford, and 3 sacks, so maybe 6 times. 6 times he got hit. Home team advantage. It's hard to win in Detroit. Yeah, I mean they're in Detroit with new uniforms. Geno Smith has been surprising. More from him later. They're not going to get embarrassed at home. Now, can the Steelers lose at home next week to the Cowboys? Isn't it your Cowboys? Are your Cowboys going to beat the Steelers at home? Because I don't want to live in a world where the Cowboys are that bad. Today I brought home soup. Later tonight, I'm having soup. Tiebreaker next weekend. There's no 1 and 2 teams. There's a lot of 2 and 2 teams. Who's going to be 2 and 3? 49ers. Arizona. They got to play Arizona. Christian McCaffrey injured as a motherfucker. They say you should sue the 49ers to get your fantasy football entry fee back. Sue the 49ers for lying about their injury report. How is both of his legs are fucked up? They said only one leg was fucked. We know Brock Purdy's fucked up too. He had a back MRI last week. Why's he got to be 8.5 yards per pass? He doesn't get the volume of throws, but he's still leading in yards. The 49ers get into the end zone two uncontested. They should go down inside the 10 to run more trash plays to kill more clock. The 49ers are always going to leave too much clock. They're not a grindy team. They get too many yards on some plays. Uncompetitive plays. They have an uncompetitive advantage, not a competitive advantage. When it's trash time, that's when the 49ers are the best. That's right. Because everybody quits, everybody gives up. I've seen the Steelers take tougher resistance. The 49ers run the same offense that Baltimore does. You can't change my mind. They run the 1956 Baltimore offense, bro. No quarterback. They had no quarterback back in PP6. I could have the year wrong. Baltimore is the city of no quarterback. They win without quarterbacks. And then they talk about Johnny Unitas like he was some good quarterback. The Vikings are home in Europe next week. I'm gonna take the Vikings next week. I'm gonna take. There's at 10 o'clock next Sunday. There's only 7 games. Kind of crazy. I'm taking all 7 home teams at 10 o'clock next week. I'm taking all road games at 1. I'm taking all the road teams at 1 o'clock. The late game, yeah, I'm taking the road Cowboys at the home Steelers. So we'll wake up, we'll watch some home teams win. We'll go to bed watching the home teams lose. 4 teams are on break next week. Some of the teams I can't stand. The Detroit Lions, they get their break now, and they're very happy going in on this break. The Chargers are 2-2. They'll come in. They're taking a break this week. They're going to be behind the win totals all year, but they're still 500. The Chargers are 500 at their bye week. They're still in a good position. They must win this next Charger game. Who is that game? LA Charger schedule?
Here's the upcoming schedule for the Chargers between October 13th.
Chargers have to win in Denver. That'll be Sean Payton versus Harbaugh for the first time, right? I'm going to give the advantage to Denver, but that's a week 6 game. I'm talking about who's on bye next week. The Eagles are on bye, right? I don't want to watch them play either. Look at my schedule. Week 5. The Titans are off. The Eagles are off. The Chargers are off. Detroit is off. Titans need a week off. Oh God, yeah. But the Titans with a 1 win, and they're not going to chase anybody down. Especially if the Colts win in Jacksonville. I have already called it. There's 7 games on the road at 10 o'clock. Those are the big ones. Okay. I'm gonna take Minnesota at home, but that's not a 10 o'clock game. Okay. I have the Bears beating the Panthers. I got the Bengals beating Baltimore. I got Patriots over Miami. Washington is going to beat the Browns, and the Colts will drop in Jacksonville. Buffalo will lose in Houston. Those are the main 10 o'clock, the 10 o'clock games plus. The late night games are pretty good. Green Bay in Los Angeles is going to be a hard game for Green Bay to win. I can't realistically support a Green Bay win at 1 o'clock. Hey, Buffalo. Show me the Buffalo. Show me the ultimate Buffalo fan. Make him more Buffalo. Now even more Buffalo. NFL's full of pretty boys. Everybody wants to look good at any chance they got. Do you know who Amari Evans is? Do you know who Amari Evans is? I was in the Army with his dad. He's pro. He's gonna be a pro athlete. Don't know where he's playing. The Bills can play in Toronto once a year. That's just what they do. Yeah. Well, Amari Evans, he's in the Penn State recruitment system. They're not a national. He has the people who look at him are Nittany Lion fans, not whatever you watch, because they like to pick their own. They're homegrown Pittsburgh players. You know, he in my Facebook groups, he'll get 200 likes every time he posts. Every time his dad links his stuff. Nobody likes my stroke. His dad filmed me in his video. I was in his dad's video camera in 2002. He might still have footage of me. You know, you need to know who potentially has that footage. So call up Evans. Hey, Evans, I need that footage. While your son is at Penn State, hey, why don't you forward me a copy of that video? Why you videoing me? I just want to let you know that the natural progression from you learn to film by pointing that. Amari Evans is a skill position at Penn State, Nittany Lions. Omari Evans, 9 days ago, 59-yard TD versus Kent State. 2 days ago, he's up against Illinois. This guy is pretty good. Okay. Penn State wide receiver Omar with Omari. I spelt it Amari. He looks just like his dad, man. Dude looks locked on Nittany Lions. Dude looks just like his dad. I went to Afghanistan with girls that knew him. Like, everybody knew who his dad was. The guy was famous in the army before he even got to my unit. People were talking about him. And now I'm watching his kid. I'm beginning to have a soft spot for the Nittany Lions as I have my connection. I have a close connection. I've seen the Nittany Lions play. I went to a Penn State USC Trojan game back in 1992 at the Coliseum. What was his dad's name? Well, his dad, there might be, he's an Ohio family. I see him clearly. I know what the young kid looks like. I couldn't tell you what the ancient Omar history of everybody named Evans. Okay, he's the next Evans. There's not a lot. Is there a big Evans in the league right now? You can see this guy's gonna be like #1 pick, bro. You're gonna see it. He won the Rose Bowl last year. I was a little upset. I was like, I'd rather him come into my town, and leave a loser. But he's a Rose Bowl winner now, so now I don't even know why he's even in college anymore. You already won the Rose Bowl. Shouldn't you be pro? Why is Pittsburgh letting like number 86 rush the ball? You notice that shit? Yeah, Mutombo is dead. Mutombo, that hurt, man. Pete Rose, we've been waiting for him to be gone. Pete Rose is old, but Mutombo is much more my era. You know, I was born in '76 when the Reds were winning it. I just watched Game 3 of the '76 World Series today. At least, you know, half an inning. I'm not gonna sit through nine innings. I watched the Reds at bat. But the team in the '70s was truly the Montreal Canadiens. And don't you ever disrespect the Montreal Canadiens. The team of the '70s. Bigger. I think they had 3 in a row. Montreal Canadiens. Nah, nope, the Canadiens, bro. 78, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. From 77 until 1981, the Canadians were the best. You get that straight. 77, 70, 78, 79, 80, 80. That's 5 years at the top. There's a little spillover. Started in 79. All the other teams that were good in the 70s died off. The Canadians were still 81. These 1981, 80 champs. Who they beat? The Islanders on May 21st, 1981. It's all about who loves your team. Everybody loves the Canadians, but when it comes to the Steelers or the Reds or the Oakland Athletics, the swinging A's, 3 in a row, nobody actually liked them, so they're not eligible to be the team of the 70s. You have to be popular, and it's the Montreal Canadiens. Basketball had some weird champs in the 70s, like the Bullets, the Blazers. If I could go back in time, bro, I'm gonna be at the Washington Bullet game, because I know you can still catch them other shows. The Bullets, and the Bullets win the championship. I mean, come on. The ABA. The 76ers were ABA, that's right. Louisiana basketball sucked because Pete Maranovich was a pro down in New Orleans when the Jazz. I love the Jazz, but when the Jazz were in the NBA, it was bad. Louisiana is a bad place for basketball. It still is. The Jazz have to be the best relocated franchise of all time. Everybody's trying to get to Utah right now to make that, to live off the success of the Jazz. There wouldn't be baseball or hockey coming to Utah unless they're trying to steal ticket money from Utah, from the Jazz. The Jazz beat Jordan 4 times in a row. No, 4 times in 2 years. The Jazz are the only team to have 4 wins over Jordan in the finals. That's half I give them half a championship. I think they're champions. They're my champions. But they can fight for their own shit down there nowadays. I've never watched a Pelican game. The Pelicans are like, is that a summer league or some shit? So that's some summer league shit right there. I saw John Stockton sitting in a chair in his living room during COVID-19. He was in a Zoom call with like 30 other people, and it's hard to catch a glimpse of Stockton just sitting in his chair at home. And I haven't seen it. I should have had a screenshot. YouTube in 2020, you could see a lot of shit that shouldn't be publicly shared. Like, oh, who's sharing my Zoom call? You know. Nowadays, I don't see Zoom calls at all. And I keep say, invite me. Let's have a Zoom call. Nobody wants to be on Zoom. Booyah, Brian Russell. They had a shooting guard skill deficiency. Maybe Howard Isley. Is it Jordan kicked him in the knee. I like looking at very old pictures of Mecca. Yeah, like YouTube is the best place to visit the Kaaba. Are they teasing? Could be the final season of The Simpsons going on. U.S. military slams unsafe Russian fighter jet at maneuver near Alaska. Howard Isley was good, but even in crunch time, if there's a 1 minute left on the clock, Stockton would get nervous and start dribbling faster. And Stockton would make mistakes under a minute left because he couldn't handle the pressure. You could see he's pressing the dribble button faster because you could watch him the whole game. He dribbles kind of slow, but in the end, he starts dribbling a little faster. And he can catch and shoot. I never wanted Stockton to actually do a high post entry play under a minute left. Yeah. It is crushing. Mutombo is gone. People don't understand that the Kaaba is not a military target. That's right. The Kaaba is a very peaceful place, and maybe it was invaded back in 1915 was the final siege. You gotta use it. We don't store unexploded ordinances. You use up your ordinances, fire off your rounds, and don't store rounds in your luggage home. Taking rounds home. Have I been paid yet? I don't know. I want to get paid. The Raiders play on October 30th. Raiders schedule.
On it. Here's the upcoming schedule for the Raiders
okay,
between Sunday
Raiders
and
play.
January 5th, 2025.
They play.
Now someone cosplay has let me solo her. Hello everyone. In case you didn't know, I went to DragonCon 2024 this past week and I had a blast. This was the first time ever going to the convention and I saw a lot of cool cosplays.
I used this when I was in service. I don't know. I got stuff around
I
me.
really had the motivation to go to a convention one day and I used the look store on Twitter for recommendations.
I had this Skywalker before I went
by the way,
to
make
join.
some really cool Sultan cosplays and post it on his Twitter. The first day was pretty packed at the start.
I got this radio after I got out. The Sony radio is the only, and the Sony. I wonder what this is worth now. They're both Sony. Now I got this in 2001. It could be a 1999 edition. I don't know how old it is. These are what people who go to AA meetings who's like go to AA meetings, complain about why you drink. I'm drinking so much. I'm drinking so much. You're not supposed to monetize for economic gain. Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. That's why we don't watch them on YouTube. YouTube is not Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay. No lectures. We're time traveling back to our using days when we were on the dope run. And the doctor said to experiment more. I used to go to this place in Cincinnati called a lot of AA meetings in Cincinnati. Let's just say that, okay? You either drink for breakfast or you go to the meeting for breakfast. The people they have 8 o'clock in the morning meetings. That's when they're at risk to drink. Even if you don't drink, you should still learn the program. That's punishment, man. That's some government enforced relearning. Strippers, you never know what they're gonna bring you, man. I got a stripper to sell me something when I was in Texas. I was like, man, girl, I don't care what you got here. I just want to buy something. When you have an ass load of money, you know, you don't really care what you're buying on your way home because you already couldn't find anything. Shit, I'm about to go home. You got anything? I had a nice street connection in Austin, Texas. I like it when someone else rolls up a blunt. I mean, I do. I hit blunts. I'll tell you that. I don't know how to roll them, so. A W smoker. Did y'all leave a like? Tampa at Atlanta, Thursday night football. This will be the last time I ever have hopes for Atlanta to win a normal ass game at home. I'd be wishing Ted Turner was dead instead of anybody who was worth a damn. Ted's Atlanta Falcons play tomorrow versus San Diego, the 5th seed. San Diego is going to most likely destroy it. Would it be bad business for Atlanta to eliminate San Diego? Oh, you're hyped, that buttocks hyped up, thumbs up the buttocks, you know. The hype's not even out yet, but still, people believe it, believe the hype. It's been like, okay. So Eminem was making fake South Park cartoons. We should go watch Eminem's fake South Park. Oh man, I can only imagine how bad that is. Yeah. CM Punk. The only thing CM Punk did was destroy the Bullet Club. Ted Turner, he's the Mac of the year, player of the year, every year. Ted Turner is older than Joe Biden. Ted Turner age?
Ted Turner is 85 years old.
Remember Ted Turner, his name is Robert Edward Turner III. There is no Ted. I'm the only Ted you can trust. That's when I realized Ted Turner's not even real. You'll be crying for a man named Ted. Ted doesn't, that's not his name. His name's Edward. my birth certificate says Ted. So my dad said I was lucky. He said, man, all these people, they call themselves Ted. It doesn't even say Ted on their birth certificate. I'm a real Ted. Fake ass Teds. Theodore sounds nice, but I don't want to be the last guy on the Chipmunks. I like Ted Healy. He would slap Mo, Larry, and Curly around. Ted Healy. The Savage Man. Savage Man. He slap you around while people are watching, and that's the show. They get to watch you get slapped. Even before wrestling, Ted Healy, he was like the Miz. He was like the Miz. And the Three Stooges were like tough enough. Who's tough enough to be on this show? And Ted Healy would slap around Mo. He fucking gets good hits on Mo. I love watching Mo get his face smeared. Yeah. Ted Healy, he's gonna beat up the Stooges, and then they're gonna shoot him. He's gonna wind up dead. He's tired of that shit. The only way to take him out was to blast him. That was probably 1938. He died in December 21st, 1937, from Texas. Born in Kaufman, Texas. Vaudeville. He's a vaudeville. He didn't put black paint on or nothing. He was the king of vaudeville. Yeah. Y'all, everybody you like is a stooge. You stooge. You're the stooges to me. I'm Ted Healy. I'm Ted Healy. Back then, you only had to pay Ted and pay the Stooges. You didn't even have to pay the Stooges separately. You have to pay Ted and then pay the Stooges one lump sum. Ted didn't give a shit. He was slapping Mo for all time. And the aliens, visitors are gonna see. Pete Rose dead at 83, but Mutombo only dead at. What was Mutombo? Dikembe Mutombo?
Here's some info about Dikembe Mutombo.
Is that maybe there actually could be a hoax? Mutombo's not dead, but he would be old, 60 something. I was always surprised Mutombo kept playing. I thought anybody who would let him go must think he didn't have anything left in the tank, and Mutombo played almost 20 years. He could have stayed at Denver. He could have stayed at Denver. He didn't help Atlanta much. The Atlanta Hawks were like, we got Mutombo. Nobody cares. The biggest waste of talent in the entire 90s was probably watching Deion Sanders leave and then seeing Mutombo come in. Yeah. Yeah. Mutombo peaked. He peaked in Denver. Everything else was highlight reel and like just a sports center moments. So you say Mutombo is 58. I'm only 48. So Mutombo only went 10 more years more than me. That's not good stats. You're supposed to hit 60. You gotta hit 60, guys. '60 is when when the universe has done a full rotation and you are exactly where you are when you were born. That's right. So Mutombo has a 2-year journey to drift back to his birthplace. Pete Rose died 23 years away from his birthday, his birthplace. 37 years into the future, he can just haunt us. 60 is a full zodiac cycle. When the wood dragon is, see, I'm a fire dragon, and the sign of the fire dragon doesn't come back until 2036. That's when I'll be my limited astral knowledge, guys. It's all science fiction. Flat Earth is a funny science fiction story. Okay, yeah. You say 50 is plenty, but 30 is Logan's Run, and the 49ers have been living for 29.9 years on the last victory. Bro, I have a quarter from 20. I had a 1995 quarter in my pocket. I was like, yeah. There. 50-50. 1994. Very shit. This is 29 years old. This was the 49ers were champs when they made this. Save it for good luck. I'm gonna find a 49er fan and give him his 25 cents. Oh yeah, the asteroid. Of course, I knew all about that. I have to be on meth to enjoy that kind of content, and I'm not methed out of my mind right now. Just waiting for the big one, the next big earthquake. I've never seen both moons, but on Earth has one moon. Okay, I don't know anything about the second moon in the current. What are my watch hours at? 761 watch hours away from monetization. I think I can still get monetized by the end of the season. Battery chargers being shite. You make a Jehovah joke. I'm looking for Final Fantasy right now. Jehovah is like the name of a common boss name. Let's see if we can beat up on Jehovah. What am I going to click? PlayStation Network is down. I'm interested to see how it affects the streamers.
Just want to get to that's all you really want to get. Be very careful about your ability sphere usage. You get very few early on, and notice how we have so many of these that we get from previous fights, but we're not getting any ability. We get at least one for that one.
Thank you, Karma.
Waka does have access to extractability. I don't really want to go through the extra leveling to get him that ability here and then farm ability spheres because it can take a long time. They don't give you much experience.
Yo, it's in
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Extra ways to get ability spheres, but make sure you save at least one ability sphere for this one. That way you can permanently farm afterwards, you know?
Tony Gotcha, what's up, dude? Awesome day, man. How's it going, bro? So that's it for him. With
Just kind of do normal. Like Waka and Lula are very simple with all the levels. We're not really going in for anything crazy. For Yuna, honestly, I just stop it right here. You don't want to waste her ability spheres because she has a ton of them early. So we're just going to kind of leave her here. Basically what we ended up doing. So we're going to go ahead and continue on and just get through this next section basically. That way, off screen and in between.
I walked past the Dynamics table.
これどんいくつかほんでスフィアレベル上げて移動してスフィアで発願させるのね
Players underwater.
こんな昭和の直し方でいいですかブラウン管でいいですかこれ直し方あれでいいのかまあなんかアイデアもありそうこの辺アルベド語辞典ねえのかこの辺に深海に沈んだアルベド語ねえかアルベドの歩き方
What? He said the N
ア
word.
ルベドの歩き方ないですかこの辺にはこれ何この装置絶対発動するじゃんこれ絶対発動するだろこれここラスボスこれラスボス出ますここで俺たちはここに帰還することになるの後々
all across California, families are being pushed out by ridiculous housing costs. Prop 5
Ridiculous.
5 gives local voters power to approve
Domo Irrigato.
Strengthens first-time homebuyer assistance, meaning more firefighters, teachers, and nurses can stay in their communities. And 5 equals strict oversight.
I think that means stutter. I think it means the guy who stutters.
So living
Because you have to say domo, domo, domo. You have to stutter when you say irrigato. I like watching one coin only. This guy's loud. Try not to look at the sound.
Jesus Christ, man. Distance always makes a heart grow fonder with this Mega Man game, because I always feel like I think the last time I played this I quite enjoyed it, but well actually for the most part I have enjoyed this today. But it's tough. It's tough. Oh my gosh, Craig, really? Hang on 1 second. Bye! Don't worry, you don't have to get up for a shoey or sick. You don't have to get up. Yeah, lucky you. Thank you too. Craig, thank you so much. I've actually got the shoeys here today because Moe's sick, but I still yelled out. I was like,
Oh,
babe,
right
you
out
don't
the
have to
can?
get
What's
a
wrong
shoey.
with
That's
me?
what I'm yelling out today.
Bro.
And as I said, oh my God, Craig, amazing. As I said, Moe's a little bit under the weather, but don't worry, I still yelled it out. Yeah, she's a bit crook, guys, but she should be okay soon. Yeah, she'll be okay. I'm gonna look after her as soon as we're done, so it's all good. I just want to let you know, I find you to be incredibly masculine. I've only done this new screen a couple times for the very big donations. This, I think, dropping a shoey is the ultimate in masculinity. So this is for you, Craig. Thank you very much. If I can actually get it working. There we go. He's a man. Oh yes, he is a man.
Value.
There you go. You are a man's man. Thank you very much, Craig. Who's our man? Oh God. Alright, here we go, man. I've got a clean shoe. Look, see, I've got a clean shoe. Look at this other thing.
This guy drinks out of his shoe. You want to watch one coin only drink out of his shoe. Drink out of his shoe. Yeah, I watched this. What do you watch? Who you watch? You ain't watching. I'm watching a guy drink out of a shoe, man. Good, 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 good.
Yes. So that's okay. Thank you so much, Craig. Absolutely incredible of you, dude. Oh my gosh.
So dramatic.
Yeah.
Who's this? What show is this?
Big spider, you know, he started spinning its webs.
He's playing Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Resident Evil. Resident Evil destroyed my America. Yeah. Burning stuff to you want the spoilers, huh? Resident Evil, because you could take the marijuana and you could mix it, you could have the herbs, you could talk about herb in school, and then you were talking in school and the principal was like, why are you talking about that weed? Oh, it was a video game, yeah. Okay, kids. Okay. What's that game called? Resident Evil, huh? You smoking weed and that? No, we don't smoke it. It's how do they use herb in Resident Evil? That destroyed my life. Show smoking weed. Everything hurts. Chrysanthemum. Don't you mean a chrysanthemum? Look, I'm from Pasadena, home of the Tournament of Roses, many flowers. If you bend them around your head, maybe they make a pillow. You're a victim of circumstance. The circumstances. You're a product of your environment. Was Pete Rose really that good? Not really. Pete Rose is similar to Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer was all speed. The only thing Tom Sawyer could do was run, and that's where the hustle comes from. He didn't even have the skill, but he ran his ass off for 24 years, and he came out on top 3 times. That's kind of average. There's a bunch of guys that won more than 3 in less than 24. Yeah, there's a bunch of guys. So Pete Rose is three-time champ. I just don't see it. I don't see it. It's not as big as the Canadians. It's not as big as the Oakland Athletics. It's not as big as the Steelers, or who else would be in there? Baseball, hockey, football, 70s basketball. Yeah. Who was the best in basketball in the 70s? Maybe the 76ers, just because their name is 76, but they won it in 75. In 1975, Sixers won the champs. Ebe. Sorry, this line failed to generate. Sorry, this line failed to generate. sorry, this line failed to generate. Gosh darn it. This line failed to generate. Gosh darn it. This line failed to generate. Gosh darn it. Clip that. Say, this line failed to generate. Gosh darn it. That's the most popular thing Peter Griffin can say, according to AI script writers. His go-to catchphrase. This line failed to generate. Gosh darn it. You have to say it like Peter Griffin. That's my best Peter Griffin. You think my Peter Griffin's real good? Payday. 61 minutes. What a national disaster if my money's a minute late. Cooperstown directions.
Getting directions to Cooperstown.
I don't know where it is. I don't even know if Pete Rose is in there or not. I don't know where the hell is Cooperstown. It's the middle of New York. State. You go to Buffalo, you go to Syracuse, then you're close to Cooperstown. It's a big lake. Now I know where it is. Cooperstown, New York. They should say that when they talk about it. I think the audience came in, checked in, and y'all checked out. Checking in, checking out. It's yo-yoing. Unplug the radio, otherwise I can turn it up. How does happy comedy disappear? So the Dominican, I figured that out today. They were talking about Dominican. The Reds would use Dominican players instead of Macho Man Randy Savage. And now Dominic Mysterio carries the name Dominic in a protest to the Diocese of Francis. Yeah, that's basically the way it is. Yeah. The Reds would use Dominican players. So the Big Red Machine was built on the Dominican back, maybe. They gave all the credit to Pete. The starters were all pretty good, but this particular Dominican was a rotational player. Carolina is working national disasters this week. Luckily, the rivers didn't seem to break too bad. I got 2 hairs that time. Yeah, pulling out hair. What? False alarm. No, didn't get one. Gave up the search. Here come the police. What is a Tar Heel? That's it's called tar lungs because all they do is grow tobacco in Carolina. And then they smoke it in the middle of March. They smoke all the tobacco during the March Madness. America smokes more tobacco in March than the rest of the year. Now I love a big tobacco party, but I ain't that interested in basketball. I don't think the fans really know what they're doing. You know, they don't know what it's all about. College basketball is just, they play best out of 1. They can't even have a series. I mean, yeah, you have to play best out of 7 to truly know who's better. Like the difference between NBA beating somebody 4 times in a row, you can't do that in college. You just can't do it. The tobacco is cheap in Kentucky. It's expensive in Ohio. You just cross the river. If you maybe you got that other river you can cross to Virginia and buy your shit. That's what they want. They want you to cross they just want people on the bridge, bro. They're like, we don't care. Make the bridges busy. I've crossed a lot of bridges at Cincinnati. If you go over, you gotta come back. Okay. Half the time you take the rolling suspension when you leave in. If you just go into Newport or Kentucky, you just might take the rolling suspension. But then you come back on the other one. A Walker J.K. Roebling suspension bridge. Pittsburgh needs new bridges. They're like, oh man, they wish their bridges would fall down. Damn, they don't want to pay for a stadium or a new bridge. They don't want to pay for none of it. They just want the stadium to fall down and be like, guys, it fell down. Can we pay for a new one? Yeah, but you have to build it so it doesn't fall down next time, because they technically don't have the superior design. There's never been all the boo-hoo, the steel workers. You made that with Pittsburgh Steel. Well, what did they make? They never made anything. Well, they're going to tear down Heinz Field next. They're going to tear down all the other bridges next. Because none of it lasts forever. None of it lasted. Fort Benning is in Georgia, bro. Fort Benning is in between Atlanta and Chattanooga. There's flooding up there. It's flooding up there. I'm looking at the top 50 subscriber count now to see if Mr. Beast Ronaldo is coming up on 31 or 32 rank. It might take him a month to hit top 30. But at his old pace, I thought he would have been top 30 by now. There's this new button that blocks the skip on YouTube. Ronaldo is 32nd place. $1.3 million behind the 30th. Yeah. WWE at 10th place on YouTube is not moving very fast. They could lose their 10th place to gold mines. But they have a 4.5 million lead. Everybody's watching Vince McMahon workout tapes today because they just released his young footage from maybe when he had no shirt and he was a kid, some shit like that. There's some secret footage people are looking at today. I haven't seen today's Vince McMahon footage. It's not really relevant to the entire story, but it does make the content release a fire event. Well, part of the base is in Kentucky. Okay. I've never really been up there. I went there once in a snowstorm. I mean, 9 weeks for basic training. I didn't go around the perimeter of the base and scout the local towns. He's basic training 9 weeks, yeah. Fort Benning, 9 weeks. Charlie 247. Pu Paducah. Paducah, Kentucky. Okay. It might be wet this week. If you're in Paducah, Kentucky, you are within striking distance of anywhere in the world within 48 hours. The area around everybody who works at Fort Hood can be deployed anywhere in the world. So that's America's number one emergency escape route. If everybody has to be somewhere else, they all come through. They all run across the river. All them volunteers, those Kentucky, Tennessee volunteers, they come and they get on a plane at Delaware and fly to Frankfurt. They do something somewhere else. Do something somewhere else when you get there. But the local, it's like a contest to keep the neighborhood rural and not upgrade it modernly. It's good. You have to make buildings flood proof and earthquake proof, fireproof. Stop building with wood. So many things have to be rebuilt. Recycling old buildings is good money, man. You might find a sink. You could use it. You could use a sink. All that garbage in the hurricane garbage could still be good garbage. Two frames per second. It's a filter, like the lag filter. Vermont. No, I haven't been there. I've been to Kentucky a lot. Kentucky is not a desert. I'm from a desert. All I know is that Kentucky is not a desert. Right. I like Kentucky. It's not a desert. San Francisco is on the sand dunes. It's deserty out here, actually. Very sandy. Yeah, oh yeah, Ted Bundy, just another Ted, just throw that out there. If I was Ted Bundy, I would be like, I'm a Ted Kaczynski, bro. This is my manifesto, bro. This is the Unabomber, bro. Put some real respect on my name, bro. They called me the Unabomber in high school. Thank you. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, yes, I did work for the post office. Nobody ever said, hey, who let Ted Kaczynski in here? No, nobody ever called me that. But only like my brother. I don't go to the beach often out here. You can see the beach from Cliff House. There's no beach to look at. Right. Cliff House for the view. Hard to fuck up a view. Building might fall into the ocean, but it still looks good. Everybody wants to see that shit fall in the ocean, bro. Go. I go to Cliff House by myself. Why? Well, when you're out there, what else are you gonna do? To come back? There ain't nothing else out there. So if you're at the Cliff House, go in. Go inside. You can march up. You can march to the VA hospital right there. It's a good 2 miles uphill. Pete Rose did it 83. I've not been on a boat in the bay yet. No boat at all. I've seen the boats. You go out there, you see the boats. You see the jet boat. The jet boat is a fast boat. Everything else is a slow boat. They give us free tickets to Alcatraz like once a year here. I never go. Yeah. I do like to watch Roddy Piper on Alcatraz. That's a hot lit scene. Every time the 49ers get eliminated, you start thinking about Alcatraz again. I know you. They should lock Purdy up. They should lock CMC and Alcatraz for robbing everybody on fantasy football. CMC, the first thing he's going to do when he comes back is going to visit Alcatraz. I can watch the earthquake on YouTube, but it's still fire. It feels like this building is shaking. PlayStation is still down. Figured if PlayStation's down, I better make a fucking show, because y'all can go back to your PlayStation game real soon. There's 4,000 people watching. The PlayStation is downstream. All you have to do is say, no games tonight, kids. I've been in a lot of earthquakes, but the thing about an earthquake is that everybody gets it at the same time, so you're not gonna like. It hits everything. As long as you don't have damage, the shaking is like everybody's gonna have to. I've been in a lot of earthquakes. Only one in this room. One little earthquake in this room. Yeah. And it barely shook some things on the hanger. I did make a video of my hanger swinging, and it's not a good video. A 4.5 earthquake sounds pleasant. That's nothing. You better get a 6 or a 7. High 5, 5.9 on the Richter scale. 4 point what? It probably felt like a 3, probably felt like a 5. It feel like no 7. It feel like no. Now you talk about 9.0, you'll never see that. Like that's like the rarest. I don't know, maybe. How big was the earthquake in San Francisco? It doesn't even say in the damn clickbait. 4.2, 12 hours ago. They want the Golden Gate to collapse so they can build a new one. Japanese tsunami footage. Hard to feel like I've seen the good shit. You know they edited. You never see anybody bobbing in the water. Don't build houses. Housing is not stable future. Build a retirement home for children. A whole structure for one person is just stupid. I got, what, 6 walls? 6 walls, 3 neighbors. 3 neighbors, I got somebody on that side. Share your walls with somebody. Don't be building your own house. Yeah, okay. That tower, what is that, Millennium Tower? The Millennium Tower. Sales first tower. Hey, it's not going to hit my house if it falls over. It's not going to crack my bathtub. I'm on a different plumbing line. That's not the worst building. The transit center is a little worse. You're supposed to be building these trains. The train still doesn't come in. You take, yep. I don't have no gas station near me. I have to walk past the go past the freeway. Maybe a little slow. The Bay Bridge. You'll be halfway onto the Bay Bridge to get gas. Maybe right before the Bay Bridge. Of course, there's a gas station. Who's gonna put a long ass bridge unless there's a gas station so you can get gas across it? But that's it. We got like gas stations at the bridges. There's no gas stations in downtown. Okay, get off the gas. Oh, I wanted to watch that. Wow, what? Tat. I'm gonna watch some stuff, okay? This show is good. Oh, cut off the gas after an earthquake, yes. Unplug your computer is the biggest concern. You don't want to have a short circuit, voltage spike. So when I was in computer class, they would tell us every damn time before, if we have an earthquake during class, we have to unplug everything. That's possible. It's a lot easier to unplug your computer than it is to get to the gas line. Who needs gas anyways? I'm not paying that bill. You have cold water. Cold water is good. Good water. Used to do Excel and word processor. I'm not certified in any of the programs. I thought I could cheat, maybe speaking, I could cheat the typing test, average word per minute. I think I can. I don't know how I passed the typing test. Okay, I'm clicking on Frugal McGee. He's jumping around. If you could cheat the words per minute to average 60, that's what I did. I don't know how I put so many words down, but I could average 60 by writing real easy words. Easy words. One letter words, you know what I'm saying? I did my test on one letter word mode or some shit like that. Sure is noisy in my room. Oh yeah, my room is settling. I'm trying to watch Rex Sterling play Final Fantasy X2. I guess I would just say he's the best X2 show I've seen in a while. He's only had 4 episodes. He hasn't been live in 5 days. I want to pester players when they play my favorite game. Final Fantasy X2 players are hard to find. new hours of work. These are I still don't even like to play until after midnight. So everything I do before midnight is a joke to me. But I'm not playing anything at midnight. So I just pick a random time every day to say my shit, say shit for the day, say some shit every day. That's my video. That's the video game, the game of life. Here comes Mario Kart.
I did not mean to do that with the green shell. That screwed me up. Okay, that could have been worse. That was crazy. Yeah, get wrecked. You're obviously good at this game if you know which way is the long way on mirror mode. I'm pretty rusty at this game. I was never like an expert, obviously. I'm pretty good for a casual player, I would say. I played a lot of Mario Kart Amped Up. I really like that ROM pack. I haven't played these vanilla levels in a long time now. It's really fun to get back into this game. Play the original game. Obviously, I'm not reading the chat very much until I finish. Sometimes I read the chat and then I figure out. I didn't read the chat for a second. I do want to get Gold Cup. And obviously I'm playing 150cc's. As you can tell, I'm on.
Here I go.
I barely got that boost. Here I go with the boost. Don't hit me. Here I go with the green shell. They're clapping for me. The crowd goes wild. That was a good spot for an item.
Make it 2 hours, guys. 10 more minutes, guys. When I go live, it's automatically set for unlisted. I don't know why. I don't know why. Troubleshooting. I'm clicking on this 17 co-op Game Boy games to see what the 17 co-op Game Boy games are.
Not necessarily known for its co-op gameplay, but there's actually some really quality co-op games on the Game Boy that a lot of people probably
Double
missed.
Dragon 2.
And this is most likely due to the barrier to entry, as you needed 2 Game Boys and a link cable, as well as 2 copies of the game. But now it's easier than
Gauntlet
ever
2.
to play multiplayer Game Boy games, either through emulation or through the 2-player Mr. Core. And I used a mixture of both of those options for the recording of this video. So let's talk about every co-op Game Boy game.
There's a list.
And these are all of the co-op games that I am aware of. There's not a lot of information about this online. There is Wikipedia that has a list of link cable games, but I had to just
Decent
go
list.
through and test games out one by one. to
Ultimate
determine
Ruins
whether
of
or not
Virtue
they had
Part 2 is
So if
co-op
there are any
on
that I
Game Boy.
missed, definitely let me know about them. And we're just going to do this
Ultimate
in
Ruins of
alphabetical
Virtue Part 1
order,
is
'cause I'm just getting
co-op.
kinda sick of
Co-op.
ranking things. The first game is Asteroids. This is a standard port of Asteroids. So if you know that gameplay, basically you are a spaceship.
He's just gonna say Asteroids, Double Dragon 1 and 2 are co-op, plus Ultimus, plus other trashy games. Done watching his video. I like to see how the video game history is presented to the generation who didn't experience any of it. P. Diddy is a UCLA fan, is now the big joke. UCLA just got kicked off of the VA campus this week because I was living down there where UCLA plays baseball. And they were saying this is all veteran land. This is where the veterans are supposed to live. But I was living there 13 years ago. And now they're going to build something. They would have given me some other house, and it was just brand new. They had other brand new shit just opening. And I come up to San Francisco, and I end up in antique housing. I could have had state-of-the-art housing in LA if I knew how to get it, but I'm an incompetent boob. I don't know any veterans in LA, so I would start over in a new city every time. Why would I? It's hard to restart, it's hard to completely be like destitute and homeless in your own home city. It's like your best bet is to just immediately to be somewhere else and tell everybody your problems, okay? don't put your new problems on your old city, because the old city really is the problem. Okay. It's a geographical cure. I can drink the same beer in a different place and it'll have a better effect. That's what you find out. Don't drink here, drink there. So I am going to wrap up the show. This is like 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes. Back to the Montreal Canadiens. The dynasty. Let's look at this. The 70s dynasty. Four consecutive Stanley Cups. As long as the West, you know, Patrick Mahomes has to win 2 in a row just to match. You know, if you get 5 in a row, now you can talk. Otherwise, you're just tired. You got to win 5 in a row. That's the bottom line. Nobody's gotten close to 5 in a row. The Canadians almost did it. So the Canadians dynasty is the greatest of all time. Prove me wrong. But nobody wants to argue about that. Nobody wants to argue about 3. Okay, it's the end of the show. I want to cook up. I'm gonna straight go cook. It's cooking. I want to get a jump on my cooking, which means I can just leave. I'm leaving. See you next time.